It's Andrew from PaidThru, and it's giveaway time. You know how we do. In honor of the upcoming ZCL fork, I'm going to call this one the classic giveaway. I'm giving away 5 ZCL plus 1 Bitcoin private to 3 lucky winners. Now, with those of you with grade 1 math, that's 15 ZCL and 3 Bitcoin private. How I'm going to do this? For every 100 retweets, I'm going to pick a winner 3 times. As well, I'm going to quickly discuss the upcoming ZCL fork into Bitcoin Anonymous, scheduled to occur September 10th. Let's remember, this is not the first rodeo for ZCL forking. Although it feels like years ago in Planet Crypto, ZCL forked into Bitcoin private just 5 months ago, if you can believe that. So why is ZCL forking again? And what is a fork exactly? Maybe some of you have no clue what a fork even is. For those of you who don't know what a fork is, think about the crazy zoo people who take a tiger and made it with a lion to create a liger. ZCL offers zero knowledge, anonymous features. So when you blend that with Bitcoin, you basically get an anonymous Bitcoin. Now what makes a fork really fun is that if you're holding, in this case, either ZCL or Bitcoin during the fork, you're going to receive the new coin, which is going to be the Bitcoin Anonymous. So for every ZCL or BTC you hold, as long as you're holding it where the fork is supported, you get the new one. Now if you go into ZCL, you can see they have a 4.3 million circulating supply. Bitcoin has 17, so the total isn't a huge circulating supply. Now here's where things get interesting. You know, with a low circuit supply, obviously you get the rapid price movement. You're factoring that in, but what is the anonymous Bitcoin going to be worth? You know, you can start to speculate with that. Now at $8.64, at some point, is Bitcoin Anonymous going to be worth more than that? And this is where the fun really starts to begin with a fork. The low ZCL supply, factored in with other variables, can create some insane price action. And that's exactly what occurred during the last fork. Some people did really, really well, and some people got really, really wrecked. This guy right here. So now we're going to go into TradingView and take a look at ZCL from the last fork. I'm going to offer some tips on doing some trading analysis when it comes to the fork. So basically, get the fuck out of here if you think you're doing any type of trade analysis when it comes to a fork, guys. Crypto is more like an ongoing game of poker. Your fate depends on the cards you're holding, the stack you're playing with, how well you can read the other players and play this game. If you've never played poker, you probably don't want to start by paying $10,000 to enter the World Series of Poker. So keep that in mind. With a low supply fork like this, the big players are going to come out to play and Phil Ivey your ass. I'm going to take another look here at ZCL, particularly when it forked again. Now, let's keep in mind, that was then, this is now. At this time here, it was an entirely different team, influencers, and set of circumstances at this time. But this is just to show what actually did occur, you know, and anything is possible. Now, around here, I do believe that's where the speculation of the fork was occurring. And from here to here, you got to remember Bitcoin was going from 8 or 9,000 to 19.6. So money was just flooding into the market. And this was a new and exciting project. So there was a lot of hype around it. Now, if you take a look here, you know, the ups and downs. Now, you got to imagine if this is your money invested in this and it's making these dips, it's playing with your mind. So throughout here, you know, the market was starting to drop. There was speculation of what Bitcoin private was going to be worth. There was speculation of what ZCL was going to. So around here, I think this was the announcement of when the fork was going to occur. And then here you see chaos. There was confusion as to where everyone was going to hold their ZCL, whether Bittrex was going to support that or not. So, and then here right after the fork occurred, you got the big sell-off. So you got to keep in mind the price movement is also dictated and dependent to a certain degree on what Bitcoin is doing in the market as a whole. So if Bitcoin starts to, you know, really go mad again, who knows? Something else to consider, this time around there's also a few other coins that are forking right around the same time, like Hex and XPM. So, you know, all eggs may not be in one basket this time around like it was last time. Me personally, I've been holding ZCL since the last fork. I anticipated, with fingers crossed, another fork would occur, and I've also held my Bitcoin private to see what the future holds there. Now, that's how I've played my hand so far. Your outcome is determined by how you play yours, and that's really the bottom line here, guys. Now, I'm really looking forward to ZCL, this upcoming fork, and for Bitcoin Anonymous. Am I going to sell some ZCL? Goddamn right I'm going to try, but I'm also going to hold some through, the fork and get some of that Bitcoin Anonymous, because why wouldn't I, so right? What are your thoughts? Are you going to get in on the ZCL fork this time around? Will it have the same price action anywhere close to the last fork? And will you be holding for Bitcoin Anonymous? Comment, let me know what you think, and be sure to enter the giveaway that can be found on Twitter. I'll comment below with the link.